For the past 7 years, Ricky and Jamie and the Loop Show crew have been making stuff that is sometimes out of control, but always has a purpose. With an exclusive studio tour, trivia, outtakes, and never-before-seen smoothies, we're going behind the scenes to see how to make stuff and how to hang on for the loop.
4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
As a Loop Show super fan, I got to hang out with Ricky and Jamie to see exactly what goes into making an episode of Loop Show.
Scene 402A, take one. Action.
Okay, Scarlett, so this is our prop room, and this is Lyric. So Lyric is one of our production designers, and she works on the Loop. So she does all kinds of things between creating props and making really, really gross smoothies for us.
Yeah, she's also responsible for making sure that we look very stylish.
What's one of your favorite outfits that she's put together for you?
I'll take you right over here.
Yes.
I love patterns.
Oh, yeah.
So I like this. And
Is that dinosaur one mine or yours?
I think this one is yours.
Oh, well, I would say so. I would say it is.
Yeah, any pattern. So these, all kinds of these. Go, Jamie, go.
This is one of my favorite shirts.
Yes.
The Jamie Lisa, the
Jamie
Mona
Lisa.
Lisa. Some of my favorite props include the loophole. Do you remember that, Ricky?
I do.
Yes. We just had to reach our hand inside the loophole, and we didn't know what was going to be in there.
Let's show you the set.
Yeah.
Bye, Lyric.
Nice to meet you.
So this is the studio, and this is Logan, our producer.
Hi.
Yeah, so I'm the producer for the Loop Show, and it's super fun because what I get to do is I organize the people, places, and things for the show before we shoot. And then when we're actually shooting, which you guys know this, I get to kind of keep us on track as we go throughout the day. So if you look up, we've got our whole lighting grid, which that's kind of how we make things look good is with our lighting.
Yeah.
And then we've actually got the set, which we can step onto it if you want.
Of course.
Yes. And every time we do something fun on the show, we have little trinkets that we get to add.
So when we do Loop Show Likes You, we always tell the Loopsters to send us mail in really wild and bizarre ways. One of them was steal the Declaration of Independence and write us a message. Someone sent us
A miniature.
of the Declaration of Independence with a message.
That's pretty creative, I have to say.
It is. It's one of my favorites.
So something else that's really cool about the Loop Show set is the walls that it lives on, it's double-sided. So they have wheels at the bottom, we pop them up on the wheels, and then we can turn around. With the green wall, we can put anything behind someone. It lets us be really creative. And so when we're actually not filming, this space is used for so many other productions by our church that we get to work on.
With over 200 episodes, Ricky and Jamie have been making the Loop Show since 2018. While you never know what you'll see next on the Loop Show, each show is based on a specific set of standards.
We say it a lot on the show that we know that from the Bible, God created us in his image and gave us the gift of creativity. So the same way that God is creative, we get to be creative.
And when you say you're creative, does that mean you have to be artistic? Because, what if you're not artistic at all?
You know, I don't think that creativity just means art. I think that it could be crafts or content, dancing or drawing, but you can also be artistic in how you drive a soccer ball to a goal, or how you make a sandwich for your sister, or how you tell a story at the dinner table.
Yeah, everyone can be creative.
You guys create a fun show that also helps people learn about God. Does everything we create have to be useful in some way?
Not always. I think the word play is the perfect word for that. When you do something just for the fun of it.
And we get to play a lot on this show, and play is a gift from God.
And when you combine gratitude and play, even the game of tag can honor God.
Yes, you're having fun and saying thank you to God at the same time.
And even beyond play, if you're making something that's going to be enjoyed by other people, know that you are reflecting God's image in what you create.
How do you do that on the Loop Show?
Well, it helps to have some rules that you use to create by.
Yeah, some standards to keep you on task.
What are the Loop Show standards?
Well, first things first, we want to make stuff that reflects God.
We use the imaginations that God gave us to show the entire world the God that we worship.
What we make is reflective.
Do you have any other creators you admire when it comes to making stuff that reflects God?
Yes, we are both big fans of Bible Project.
I actually got to talk with one of the animators who does a lot of the art on the Bible Project and got to understand their process and how they create. Hello, everyone. We are here with a very creative individual. This is Josh Espasandin. He is an animator, like, for his job. It's super cool.
Like Ricky said, my name's Josh, and I work for a company called Bible Project. Yeah, I'm a senior animator there, mostly focused on character animation.
So how do you see creativity as a gift from God?
I think God is the best creator. He is at the heart of all creativity. And he saw creativity as something that was so important and so fulfilling that he gave us all a creative spark so that we may experience in a small way being like God, being made as his image, to be creative in the world.
Like, how does imagination play a role in your creativity?
Imagination is the ability to see something as it could be. So if all we cared about was the way things are now, nothing gets better or more beautiful. And it's kind of like gardening. If you look at a seed and all you see is the seed, you don't think that it could grow into a flower or a bush or a tree. You're not going to plant it anywhere. Your garden's not going to grow or get better. But if you imagined that the seed could grow, make your garden that much better, that much more beautiful, and it may even bear good fruit, and make more seeds for planting, because one imaginative idea leads to another.
Wow. That's so cool and great illustration, of course.
Recently, I worked on the Sermon on the Mount series, and I worked exclusively in this world where we're going inside the characters' heads, and I had to give them relatable expressions. My hope is that by animating each of those characters with the same level of attention and care, that people would start to see each other as God's masterpieces, regardless of who they are or what they've done, and treat them accordingly, and that we are all valuable.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to use their creativity to reflect God but is unsure how to start?
That can be a really hard thing to figure out. And I would say, start with the gifts you already have. Don't feel like God has limited you to a few very specific ways to reflect him. You can reflect God with creativity through the arts, through video, through writing, through gardening, through sports, and even how you conduct your relationships with other people. A saying I had for myself when I was first getting into my career is, I don't create just because I can. I create because I should. I was made to be creative by God, and he gave me a purpose.
Thank you so much, Josh, for joining us, and thank you also for sharing your creativity.
I love to talk about creativity, animation, all the things, so thank you for letting me come and chat with you today.
Anytime.
Loop Show Pop Quiz. True or false? The Loop Show is based on a 1983 foreign film called Another Roller Coaster. That's false. It's actually based on a popular children's book called Everybody Loops.
A big part of your show is eating challenges, but I hear you're both really picky eaters.
It's very true.
It's very true.
We're so picky. So one of my favorite things that Ricky doesn't like is he doesn't like eating like cold meat or really anything that's cold.
Nope, I don't like cold sandwiches, cold vegetables, cold fruits. It's great because it's cold. It's super cold.
You don't seem to like it.
Oh, I love it, Jamie.
Well, and Ricky hadn't even tried a strawberry before one of our episodes.
This is my first strawberry, so I'm probably not helpful in this
You've never tried a strawberry before?
Like, I've had like smoothies with strawberries in it, but never just like a strawberry by itself. So this is my first strawberry, so I can't tell you what it tastes like.
Wait a second.
But Jamie also is not a fan of a lot of textures. She doesn't like things that wiggle or
That's what I was
jiggle.
gonna say, wiggle or jiggle. Yes, like Jell-O pudding, I just can't do it.
Well, we have some of the smoothies that never made the final cut. Should we give them a try?
Oh,
Why
well, okay,
not?
it's green and brown.
These are ants in a cup smoothies with
Oh.
peanut butter powder, raisins, celery sticks, and celery juice. I actually like that. That's not bad.
I wouldn't order it, but yeah, not horrible.
Not at all. On to the next. All right, these are tire tracks smoothies with black licorice, olive oil, black olives, and black cherry sparkling water.
This
good.
has so many layers and I don't like it.
Oh,
It's like separating.
oh gosh, that's the olive oil.
It's not good.
Oh,
It's not good.
oh no.
I think the black olives make it like not good.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
Well, that was
oh.
fun.
Terrible.
Yeah.
The word you're looking for is terrible.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Logan.
Well, how were your first Loop Show smoothies?
you know, it was an experience for sure. Are smoothies one of the Loop Show standards?
No, they didn't quite make the list.
No, our second standard is we want to make stuff that improves the world around us.
As followers of Jesus, we're called to cultivate God's kingdom and to help others thrive.
You know, what we make is restorative.
I asked over 50 professional Christian creatives if they had any advice for young people who were just getting started. Almost all of them said one thing was key. Some of them had practical advice like it's okay to learn as you go and get a journal and write down the thoughts and ideas God gives you. Several people gave advice on staying authentic and being yourself instead of compromising your values for views or popularity. But the number one bit of advice I heard was this: seek God daily, and His light will shine through what you make. It's what Jesus says, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your Heavenly Father. What you create can showcase who God is to a world looking for love and hope. The possibilities are endless. What will you make?
I don't know about you, but I love creating things. Like, I made the Loop Show video game and this little meat cake and a bunch of other Loop Show videos because I just can't get enough of creating stuff. So I thought for today's video, which is all about creating, that I'd make a bowl just like this one. While I keep working on this, let's talk some more about creativity. As you're well aware, I'm a big fan. And I'm also a big believer that every single person is a creator, you included. And one of the reasons I love creativity as much as I do is because it helps me feel connected with God. He's a creator, and I am too. Now, am I the same kind of creator that God is? No. I mean, I can't make something out of nothing. So, what's all that about? Well, J.R.R. Tolkien, you know, the guy who wrote The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, he had this theory called Subcreation. And he used this theory to talk about how we as people take part with God in creation. The theory goes something like this. When Tolkien created the fantasy world of Middle-earth, he wasn't the god of that world. He used the imagination God gave him to make stuff like hobbits and balrogs. His imagination and creativity were reflections of God's imagination and creativity. And the same is true of us. We get to use our imagination and creativity to reflect God to the world. And this is actually really important for followers of Jesus. When Jesus was on earth, he told his followers, in the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father. When we reflect God's imagination and creativity, we're shining his light out to the world around us. Or, like it says in the Message paraphrase, we're bringing out the God colors in the world. That's why we're here. And that's pretty cool. So, what are some ways you like to be creative? What do you imagine is possible? What do you want to make? Do you want to be the kind of creator who makes something kind? How do you want to share God's light with the world around you? Look, care, and then make something.
Loop Show Pop Quiz. The Loop Show has gone on the road. Which place haven't we visited? A, the Bible Museum, B, an amusement park, C, the zoo, or D, a daycare? The answer is C. We've never been to the zoo. The better question would be, where won't they go? Because I keep asking them to take me to Build-A-Bear, and they say no.
I have a few questions that your fans wanted me to ask.
Okay.
Fun.
Who is Mystery Hand?
It's a real mystery.
Okay, so it's a hand that presents us with challenges, but that's all we can confirm.
All right, what's your go-to dance move?
Oh! I feel like this is perfect for the Loop Show because it's like a little
loop-de-loop. Lovely.
Thank you.
Do you ever make mistakes?
All the time.
Don't pop the balloon!
Hey, off with the... I'm a turtle. I'm stuck. There is one character that we did forget.
I think we got them all. Oh my gosh! Oh no! That's an outtake. Step 3, say the catchphrase.
What is happening? Say the catchphrase. Would you like some catchphrase with that? Clocks launch when you're joyful.
Time flies when you're dancing. Time flies when you're happy. Time flies when you're having a good time. Time flies when you're wearing a backpack.
Clocks launch when you're joyful.
Time flies. What is it doing that?
When you're having fun. Hang on for the loop. Yay! Oh, sorry.
Loop.
Sorry, you said the whole.
Welcome back to Artsy Partsy, where creativity lovingly kicks you in the teeth. Warm up your flippers, we're making flip books. Grab a stack of small blank paper like index cards or sticky notes. Get a rubber band or a binder clip or a heavy-duty staple for the last step. And we're drawing, so grab a pen or pencil, Picasso. Step 1. Imagine what you're going to draw. The possibilities are endless. Stick figures and bouncing balls are classic, but even a doodle will do. Step 2. Draw your first frame and keep it simple. This key drawing will live at the back of the stack. Step 3. Put your next sheet of paper on top of that first frame and trace your first drawing, making a small change. Repeat this step, making small changes as you go, until you've got a stack of slightly different drawings. Step 4. Bust out that rubber band or binder clip to secure that fat stack of drawings together. Step 5. Flip out! See what you discover and try it again. Keep playing and using the creativity God gave you. Share your heart and make some art.
417A, take 1. Creating the Loop Show takes a lot of people and a lot of imagination. They want to make stuff that reflects God. They want to make stuff that improves the world. They want to make stuff that gets friends involved. But that's what they want to make. What do you want to make? So, what would you say to anyone out there who wants to make stuff like you do?
Well, Jesus calls his followers to reflect God's light to everyone around us, and I think that creativity is a great way to shine your light.
Yeah, I would say look for God's goodness, care for the world around you, and make stuff.
Look, care, create. I'm thankful for the different ways God created us to get creative. Matthew 5:16 reminds us to let our good deeds shine out for all to see so that God is reflected. And because of creativity, we can shine that light in a variety of ways. I have one last question. Can I say the thing with you guys?
Of course, yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the ride!
Good job.
Where did that come from?
Oh, it's because life is like a roller coaster.
And we're all hanging on for the loop.